I just want to add a little extra now for those of us that are aiming for excellence. All right, so in question number 5, we've gone through and we found our confidence interval. But what I want to do is I want to draw your attention to something. Up the top of our diagram talks about these rules of thumb work well if the probability is between 0.3 and 0.7. If I go back to the original to the probabilities that we're comparing, these probabilities, we're talking about 71% and 79%. So that's a proportion, a probability of 0.71 and 0.79. Now, both of those numbers are outside of this limit. Okay, so that means, yes, we've gone and we've found a confidence interval, we've made a judgment, but we need to add a little note for this excellence. All right, so the little note that we want to add is about that fact. So I want to say I have noticed that both of the probabilities are greater than 0.7. This is then outside of the limits used for the rules of thumb of margin of error calculations. So we've noticed that. But what does it mean? Okay, so think about now in terms of how much confidence we have in this conclusion that we've drawn. So this conclusion that we've drawn, saying that the percentage of confidence for residents in the central to lower North Island is between this much percentage, bigger or smaller. Think about that interpretation. Now, that means I don't have quite as much confidence in that interpretation anymore, that those values might actually be slightly different because both of my probabilities are bigger than the limits allowed. All right, so that's what we want to say. This means that I have less confidence in my interpretation and confidence limits and that should be enough. So that's the extra that I want you to add to move this up to a full excellence answer.